Howdy Rangers, welcome back to another edition of our midweek coaches show. We've got a lot to get into today. Lots of things happening. As Ms. Snyder said last week, it's that time of the year where almost every sport is going. She's got papers and notes of people to recognize, so we're gonna jump right into it. We'll start with our girls basketball team. Currently sitting in 4th place. They've got a couple of games left in district, really good spot for them to be.
Nice.
They've got a couple big games, some must wins coming up, but they're in a really good spot right now. They're there because they had a good win last week against Seguin. It was at home. It was fun. One of those, I think it was 67-27, so everybody got to play. Really fun night. They did have a tough loss last night versus Wagner, but Wagner is a state-ranked team, undefeated in district. That's a tough team, and I think Coach Sutherland and the girls will learn from it and be ready to move on with these next couple of games. Speaking of some success, girls soccer. They started district last night, and they started with a 2-0 win at Tivy. So a good way to start off district. Last weekend, they actually went to Georgetown. Now, they went 0-3 in Georgetown. However, that's a really strong tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, the teams that they played, Lucas Lovejoy, Georgetown, really strong. And to their benefit, they only lost 0-1 in all of the games.
Yeah.
So Coach Adkins came back and said he saw some really good things. They learned a lot, which is the point of preseason and tournaments. But they started off last night with a district win, so it sounds like they're on the right track. Boys soccer had last week off. Their Judson game got canceled because of the wonderful weather that we've had. But they also started district last night here at Smithson Valley. They tied Tivy 2-2. So really good start for them. They had a really strong preseason, pretty young team. We lost a lot from last year, but goals last night were by Josh and Leo, I believe. So they're off to a good start, 2-2 tie last night. And then again, our wrestling team keeps crushing it. This past weekend, they were in Wichita Falls for the state duels. Boys, for the second year in a row, got second place.
Nice.
And Efren Arzmendez, I don't know if you've had a chance to watch him.
I have,
All of his pins in the match came within the first period, which is impressive. My boys were blown away last week when we watched. I think it was like 24 seconds he got the pin. And then our girls finished in the bronze pool and had a really big win against Amarillo High School. So they're going to take this week off as they get ready for district. And we'll talk about what's coming up in a little bit, but I know you've got quite a few shout outs, it looks like.
We want to honor some different kids across campus. Our PTA did a reflections competition, and kids could qualify in a couple different areas. So we want to highlight Cecily Warnack, who won in dance choreography. We would also like to highlight Randy Torres, who qualified in photography, and Jake McAnally, who qualified in high school literature. Those were our awards of excellence. And then we had a couple of honorable mentions for visual arts, Rachel Backlund and Kaylee Carmichael. So congratulations to all of you guys who participated and took home some PTA reflection winnings.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then our CX debate kids had a competition this past weekend, and they did a phenomenal job. Our kids just really get in there and get after it with debate. And our kids going to state are Olivia Diaz and Jada Cano. So we want to congratulate both of them. I actually got to watch their debate. And these girls really do a great job of getting in there and talking about the issues and fighting for the issues and then defending their points. They're very skilled at debate, which, they're going to state.
Oh, yeah. Obviously. But she did. She was telling me about it yesterday and just blown away with those two. And I've met both of those kids, and they're fantastic kids. And they have a great sponsor, and they do a great job. So good luck to them.
Yes. And our support staff, we want to highlight one of our paraprofessionals on campus, November Gaska. Ms. Gaska goes above and beyond for our students. She's constantly creative and coming up with new, exciting art for kids to participate with. She's a trusted confidant for our kids. She perks up when students are having a bad day and never stops encouraging them. We need people around like that for our kids, and she is one of them. She's a listener and patiently helps our kids. So she fulfills a lot of different needs, and we're really appreciative of her and her support for our kids.
For sure.
So, at this point, we're going to go back to you, Coach Hill, who is talking with Coach Thornton for our boys basketball synopsis.
Yep.
Thanks, ladies. And as we do at this point in the show each week, we'll always feature one sport that's ongoing, and this week we're going to focus on our boys basketball program under the guidance of Ike Thornton. Coach Thornton, this is year number what at Smithson Valley?
10. Year
10 at Smithson Valley. Seems like a lot. Of course, a guy like me with 31, I guess maybe not. But Ike, Coach Thornton is our head basketball coach for 10 years, as you just heard, and we're kind of to the point of the season where we're kind of a little ways into district, so we want to talk a little bit, catch you up some. So, Coach Thornton, back in November, y'all had your first games, and take us up through the non-district and tournament season.
Okay. Well, we finished pre-district 6 and 7,
Okay.
which is pretty good for us going into district traditionally,
Right.
and had some pretty good wins in that. And we played in the Georgetown tournament and the Churchill Classic. We finished runners-up in Churchill Classic.
Okay.
And, then we started district on December 30th and got our first victory against Wagner. And we're still looking for a win since that one.
Yeah.
We haven't won all month, but
Yeah.
guys are still playing hard and we're trudging along.
Okay. Well, I know last night, of course, the show's taped on Wednesday. Speaking of Wagner, you opened with them.
Right.
They're one of the playoff teams, most likely in our district, and with a win. And then last night you go into overtime and lose.
Right, we went to overtime with Wagner last night, lost 70-66, which, we're short 3 starters right now due to injury, started 3 sophomores. So I was pleased with the effort that we gave last night.
You bet. You bet. Well, you mentioned 3 starters being out. Let's let our Ranger Network fans, who are some of the guys that are kind of some of your cogs and maybe leaders of your team right now?
Gavin Landry's been the most consistent player for us this year. He's averaging 14 points a game. And Jake Gould, who's out for the season, is averaging 12, followed by Jason Cruz, who we just get back from a concussion this week. So he was averaging 11.
Yeah.
Those have been our leaders this year. And DJ Onazine's been pretty solid for us as well, averaging 8 points and 3 assists.
Okay. Well, Wagner last night was our game 1 of round 2. So we've got, I guess, what, six to go.
Right.
And the next one up is this Friday, and who is that?
Vets Memorial.
Okay, Veteran Memorial, who's right out in front of the
Right.
district right now.
Right.
So the heat gets a little hotter for a while,
Yeah.
and then of course you got 5 more after that.
Right.
So Ranger fans, we hope you'll get out to the gym and watch our guys. Obviously, our guys or our girls, somebody's home every Tuesday and Friday. We hope you'll get out and support them. And Coach Thornton, good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, back to you, ladies. Go Rangers.
Thanks, guys. Thanks to Coach Hill and Coach Thornton for giving us a little bit more of an in-depth look at our boys basketball program. As he said, you can catch them this Friday, or if you're waiting to see them here at Smithson Valley, that can be next Tuesday. Girls basketball will be here at Smithson Valley this Friday. They'll take on Veterans Memorial at 6:30. As we talked about, they're currently sitting in 4th, which if they can hold this spot will keep them in a playoff race. So every game is important to them, and they'd love to see you guys out here supporting them. As I said, this Friday they'll be here, and then next Tuesday you can find them at Canyon, which is a big game. That was a fun one to watch first round. Wrestling has this week off as they prepare for district next week. So next week we'll talk a little bit about what district looks like for them, where you can find them. But they get to rest this week a little bit and get ready for that. Swim, we are actually both headed to swim
Yes.
today. Today is the district swim meet at NEISD, Josh Davis Natatorium. Good luck to Coach Duckworth, all of those swimmers. They've done a great job. We both are getting to go watch
Yeah.
them today, so I look forward to
gonna be
watching them
exciting.
compete. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then girls soccer and boys soccer both continue their district schedule. So girls will play this Friday versus Seguin at Smithson Valley. Boys will play at Seguin. And then if you're looking to find the boys, next Tuesday they will be here versus Wagner while the girls travel to Wagner. So they play the same teams. One of them's always here, one of them's there. So any Tuesday and Friday you can come down to Ranger Stadium, catch one of our soccer teams playing. Good luck to them as they really get into the heart of their district season. And then, as we were just saying, this is a busy time of the year. We've got golf, track, softball, baseball, tennis have all started practicing. We'll have some more information next week about their upcoming competitions. But it's a busy time. It's a fun time. It's a busy time. There's always something going on here. So we look forward to seeing you out here at Smithson Valley or following us as we travel on the road to watch those teams compete. But I think that about wraps it up for this week.
I mean, but speaking of on the road, we're going to go on the road right now and have a little exciting end to our Ranger Network this
Yeah,
week.
we've got a little surprise. Why don't you guys
Yeah.
join us?
Okay, so we're on the road, everybody, and we are down at the field house. We are about to surprise Coach Hill with a proclamation. And as y'all know, this year was his 300th win, and that's a big deal. You know, he's been in this business a long time, and it's taken that long to get to
happen
this.
very often.
Right. So 300 wins, big deal, and we have something that we're going to just share with him and give to him as a recipient of that. And so here we are, just going to surprise him.
Hi.
Hi, Coach Hill.
How are ya?
What's going on?
As you can tell, Coach Hill has no idea we were coming.
Okay.
We are here. Would you like to stand up?
Well, I would.
We are here to honor you. This is a proclamation from the state of Texas for your 300th win. And so we are just very excited to give this to you. I'm proud of you for all your service to our kids and our Smithson Valley community.
Well, thank you so much. All right, a surprise. Y'all managed to keep it a surprise. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for doing that, and on behalf of our program and all our players and coaches through 31 years, I'm proud to accept.
Yes, yes. It's a great deal. And I want to just say, Coach, this is about 300 wins, but this is more about your service to our community and what you do to build this community. And we wouldn't be able to get here without you, and you are a servant leader, so we appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want to get all misty-eyed on camera, but man, I wish my mom was here to see this.
Aw.
She'd be proud of her boy, maybe. So thank you again,
You're
Ms.
welcome.
Snyder.
You're welcome.